My name is Ed Chen. I'm the president of the Sierra Madre Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors, and I thank my company, Active Services, for giving me the opportunity to volunteer on that board. And wow, we are just so elated that this is such a great turnout. I'm going to be very brief. We have a very outstanding Citizen of the Year who's being honored tonight, and I know during recognition we're going to be recognizing many of the VIP guests that is here today. So I just want to welcome again on behalf of the Sierra Madre business community, and I know from someone who's outside of Sierra Madre, who works for a company that's doing business in Sierra Madre, that Sierra Madre from the outside looking in is such a wonderful community, and I'm not just talking about the streets, the buildings, and just the wonderful programs that you see all around you in the physical beauty of Sierra Madre, but also I think what makes it so great is the people. And the fact is, you can look at the very, very front cover of this program book and see all of these former Citizens of the Year, many of whom are in attendance tonight. I just want to thank you from all of us on the Chamber Board of Directors. Thank you for being here tonight.
Deacon Michael Howard.
I am really honored to all get to ask you to see this thing. I've known Clem and Nina for a long time, and just wonderful, wonderful people. Nina told me not to tell any bad stories about them. So I won't. I'll just be really good, and I'll keep it really straight tonight, which most of you folks don't know me doing that. We do. I see a lot of people that are familiar out here. It's nice of all of you to show up for them. They're just the greatest couple, and they've done so much. You know, Clem he never toots his own horn. He just shows up and just is the light of the world in everything he does, in every way he goes. But he'll never toot his own horn. So it's just a guy that I look up to and think, wow, when I grow up, I'm going to be like that. I'd like to make some acknowledgments at this time. Mayor Capocha. Okay. Councilwoman Harris Bendy. Treasurer Richard Mays. Councilman Goss. I saw former Mayor John Buchanan around here somewhere. And any former Citizens of the Year, are you here tonight? Would you please stand? And without me wasting a bunch of time, let's go ahead and have dinner.
He served the community as a Parks and Recreation Commissioner, a Planning Commissioner, and then in the 1980s and again in the 90s as mayor twice, council member 12 years. In the 1960s, he was a member of the Sierra Madre Lions Club. He is a past president and current member of the Sierra Madre Kiwanis Club and was a founding member of the Sierra Madre Community Foundation. Nina has served in the Senior Community Commission for over 6 years. She served as chair of the commission in 2015. She's also been a member of the Priscilla. You guys know the secret society of Priscilla? Since 1997, and serves every year as a docent at the Sierra Vine. They both have been active in the Sierra Madre Road Float Association, Sierra Madre Historical Preservation Society, Sierra Madre Environmental Action Committee, and Friends of the Sierra Madre Library. And that's just a part of the story. We really thank them for all they've done. In 2015, they were also the Grand Marshals of the Sierra Madre 4th of July Parade. However, we think the people want to know a little bit more. So here's the backstory. Once upon a time, back in the day, there was a little girl named Nina in the sleepy little village of Sierra Madre. The city's guardian angels watched over her because they knew that one day she would be a great asset to this town. So she played and swam and had fun and waited for, wait on it, her Prince Charming to come along. Of course she needed a Prince Charming because the city's guardian angels knew there was lots of work to do and she couldn't do it by herself. Problem was, Prince had an uncle that wanted his undivided attention. Soon the time was right and their paths crossed at where? College of all places. It didn't take long for the sparks to fly. July 9th, 1960. And they soon settled down in Sierra Madre as husband and wife. However, the guardian angels of Sierra Madre wanted to make certain that Mr. and Mrs. Bartolai didn't miss out on the very best part of this Nishi village, raising a family here. So soon they were joined with Lisa and Renee. What an adorable family. I had Renee worried about what child food picture I was going to show. And the rest of Sierra Madre was true. They worked hard and played hard. They shared their talents with the community and helped preserve the quiet, at times, little village. And always with a smile. Now to the left, you see Clem holding something? I bet you there's no one in this room, other than the person who gave it to him, who knows what that is. No, it is not the keys to the city, and it's not the keys to the bakery either. It is the key to Bay Canyon. When he was off council, he bugged the city so much that when he retired, you know, when he was leaving the council, about that gate at Bailey Canyon being open, they actually gave him, and if you get close, you can see it says Bailey Canyon. Here's the damn key. You keep it locked. And in the lower right corner, Clem has not been known for his technical skills, so one of his granddaughters apparently lent him his first laptop in the ways of the modern world. And they had lots of fun along the way. Now, on your left, and you have a copy of it in your centerpiece, this is Nina and Clem on their tandem bike in Sierra Madre. And I have witnessed this sitting on my own porch. It is a sight to see. You know how many hilly streets we have? And I lived on Sunnyside. Street goes like this. just going along, and going and going and going, and Nina's, hey, I didn't take it, someone else did. That is them riding through Sierra Madre in action. That's how they roll. And again, they are very serious bikers, and Clem rides, even now, more than I drive in my car. Incredible amounts of miles, and he's in the top. He goes to Cherry Flat like he's going down to the bottom. They're very serious bikers. They, that is their first love, and then Nina's next, and Garth. They are giving, caring, and sharing people. That's the Bartolai way, and the reason that we're here today. Congratulations to a wonderful couple, and thanks for all you've done and will do in the future. P.S. The Guardian Angels are very, very pleased.
All right, I've been told we're going to change the order just a little bit of the way this goes. And at this point, I am going to call up Doug Delahook for the introduction of the 2015 Citizens of the Year.
Well, I want you to know that I intended to share with you all their accomplishments. And I had it all ready to go. Susan and others have taken care of that very nicely, along with all that's printed out in the brochure. So we'll leave that well enough alone. Clem asked me if I would just talk a little about our long-time friendship. We had many wonderful experiences and lots of good experiences. But tell you historically about this, Nina and Jane met in kindergarten. I can't tell you how many years ago, so it would be off limits to mention to you. And I didn't get into their lives until I went to Pasadena City College. And Nina enrolled at a course there, as did I. I didn't know it at the time. And it was one of the more difficult courses offered by PCC. It was called ballroom dancing. We had a great time. Clem was a car guy. I don't even know if they knew each other at that time, but sparks had it. But Clem was into cars big time. You know. What you can do with old timers, bring them back to life. He had a kind of a clubby kind of a thing, and of course under the hood was some speed. But as the years went on, they weren't fast enough. He had to buy a bike. And so he's been into not just a bike, a cyclist, and that's what he has done for so many years. Now, most of you know the story about how many times he has done so many wonderful things. It started off, first I heard, and I was so pleased to hear that he was going to go 100 miles. That's called a century. And then that wasn't good enough. He had to go double century, 200 miles. Now, he just didn't do this once or two times. He started off with 45 times. Wow. Yeah, and then the cyclist community developed this Hall of Fame. And of course, he was inducted right away. Since then, he's done another 64. That's over 100 developed. Yeah, I know. It's awesome. Why do you think it was so fit? And sleeps so well. And they have the band in which we first were introduced to. Wedding-wise, Nina was in our wedding, and Jane was in our wedding, and that was over 55 years ago. So that's a good beginning. done quite a bit of traveling together. Can't mention all of that because I have to tell some stories about those in time. One of the things that I so appreciate about the two of them is the fact that they walk the Christian walk. They have great faith. They've done wonderful things in their church. I think they're still an elder, don't you, Clem? Yeah. I was president of the Chamber of Commerce in 1966, and at that time, there was not a Citizen of the Year award. And I, along with the board of directors, decided that's something we needed to do as a community. And indeed we did. We started back then. I bring that up only because here we are 50 years later, and we're at the time. 50 years later, I've been asked to stand here and to say that the two of them, Citizens of the Year, what an honor it is. You both have given so much just from your oversized hearts. We all know that charity is something that really generates a lot of joy, and you see this in them because they have gone far beyond, obviously, the normal. I actually thought it was hundreds of dollars, and now we're reading it's over $20,000. So that's hard for me to comprehend, but we love them for having done it so much. But what's kind of interesting too, Lisa and Renee are following their path, following in their footsteps as well, and they're finding the gift and joy of giving so much too. What could please Clem and Nina more than having your brothers follow suit? This is the thing. I want to mention about the 50 years since this was started, and the names are in our program. It's kind of fun for me to reminisce, but I really can't think of anyone that's any more deserving than Clem and Nina. It's just been so awesome. So we thank you very, very much for your love for community. There is a verse, it's Proverbs 17:17. A friend loveth at all times, and indeed we feel that from them, and indeed we love giving it back. And look at the turnout tonight. There really is a room for another table. It's been awesome. So thank you so much for serving us all. Both our San Gabriel Valley and Sierra Madre is so much better off. Thanks for what you've done for us. Thank you. Come up and make a presentation.
But Doug, I don't want you to read Nina and Clem. So, we have lots of treasures in Sierra Madre. We have lots of myths and lots of stories. And years ago, Doug said, they started the Citizens of the Year. And he got a jeweler friend of his, I just heard this part of the story, to come up with a bowl that said,
Byron Hopper, for those of you that are older. He's the jeweler.
the Chamber of Commerce Award to the Outstanding Citizen of Sierra Madre. And for years, the last 7 or 8, it's been missing. Because this is the first time I've seen it. As you would have it, it was in a closet somewhere where we last had a Citizen of the Year dinner. So it is so appropriate that we found it. We brought it up to date for all of you who didn't get one, because you will get a replica of this. We have your names on it. And the 50th name and the last name to fit on here are
pleasure for me to be here and honoring Clem and Nina
again, as you've heard, I'm not going to repeat it, but I mean, what wonderful leaders and members of the community. And you folks are what makes Sierra Madre special. And every time I come to an event like this, I just love this town more and more, because who anywhere has this kind of history and tradition of people like Clem and Nina that give so much of themselves to make this town the great place that it is. And all of us that live here, it's just an amazing place. When you leave Sierra Madre, you think, gee, I get to go back home to the best place in Southern California to live. And again, I appreciate so much of your leadership over the years and what you've done. And you are an example and an inspiration to me personally. And I hope that I can follow your example and do good things for Sierra Madre the way you have. So my personal thanks to you. You're just wonderful people. So, of course, I'd like to now present one of these coveted Sierra Madre has the nicest certificates of anybody. And this is, of course, a certificate of recognition from the city of Sierra Madre in recognition of Clem and Nina Bartolai, 2015 Sierra Madre Citizens of the Year. I apologize, I need to get my glasses on. But the City Council of the City of Sierra Madre does hereby commend with great appreciation Clem and Nina Bartolai for their dedication and service to the community of Sierra Madre. Presented this 30th day of January 2016, Mayor John Capocha, Mayor Pro Tem Gene Goss, Council members Rochelle Arizmendi, Denise Delmar, and John Harabedian. So it is my pleasure to present you this. I mean, we've got to have a picture of this. Okay, again, thank you so much for all your work. Thank you. We have more certificates. Okay, this one is from the California State Senate. Certificate of recognition, Nina Bartolai, in recognition of the Sierra Madre Chamber of Commerce 2015 Citizen of the Year. On behalf of the California State Senate, I join the Sierra Madre Chamber of Commerce in recognizing your commitment to serving the city of Sierra Madre. This recognition serves as a testament to your exceptional leadership, generosity, and dedication to the well-being of our community. Congratulations and best wishes on all your future endeavors from State Senator Carol Liu. Okay, and a separate one for Clem. I'm not going to read it, it's all the same, but from Carol Liu for appreciation for Clem. Certificate of Congressional Recognition presented to Nina Bartolai, 2015 Citizen of the Year. In recognition of your excellence and achievements, your years of commitment to the community of Sierra Madre have left a lasting, positive impact on society. Your dedication to volunteerism is truly commendable and greatly appreciated. Congratulations on all your accomplishments and best of luck in your future endeavors. This is from Assemblyperson Judy Chu. And one for Clem also. And there's one more here.
Now, Judy Chu is a congressman.
Oh, Congressman, I'm sorry, yeah. I should have known that. Okay. From the California Legislature Assembly, Certificate of Recognition, Clem and Nina Bartolai, Sierra Madre's 2015 Citizens of the Year. In recognition of your commitment to community service and volunteerism, for all your work with the Sierra Madre Kiwanis Club, Sierra Madre Community Foundation, Rose Float Association, Historical Society, and Senior Community Commission. You are deserving of the 2015 Sierra Madre Citizens of the Year from Assembly Member Chris Holden. Okay, again, thank you for all you do and for all you will do. Thank you. Yes.
Well, it was with a lot of thought and consideration of what I would say that now I come here and it's the moment of truth. But as I look out over this audience, I don't think I see one person that hasn't volunteered in some way, whether it was to your community or to this city or to some other organization. This is a complete group of volunteers, and I really commend all of you, because it is looking at that long list of names in the program of prior recipients of the Citizen of the Year Award. It makes me really humble in thinking that we are just one of those after so many came before us and did so much for the community. I just really at a loss for words somewhat, and to be able to say exactly how much we appreciate the fact that you recognized us and gave us this lofty award, because I will consider it for the rest of my life as being one of the highlights of my time here on the good earth. Thank you.
Because I'm a shy person, I don't have thank all of us for being here, especially my family. I can't tell you how proud we are of our daughters and our son-in-laws and our granddaughter. We're so fortunate to have friends. Jane, I've known her since kindergarten. Nancy, she goes back 50-some years with me, another dear friend, and my nursing buddy Sue. I look at Darlene, all I can think is Girl Scouts and Joni Crow with Girl Scouts and softball with our girls. We just moved along as our girls grew up. We just did our volunteering and started the Factory Rose Bowl Association, and the girls were participants in that. But it's just been this wonderful seasons that we've had, and the honor of just doing things for the city. And when you do volunteer, everybody appreciates it. I mean, you get thanked. You enjoy doing something for Sierra Madre. It's such just a family village, and I love it. I am so pleased that my folks decided to move up here because I had health problems, and so that's why they moved up to Sierra Madre. How Dad found this little town, I don't know, but our house was in the canyon and up in Woodland Drive, and that's where I was raised, and we just haven't left far from home. So I thank all of you. Thank you so much. Our church family, they kept that a surprise, our Savior people. And from Michael and Pastor Anderson, for all of you, the chamber for so much work they did. And Leon Ramos with my daisies. Susan asked me, what's your favorite flower? I said, daisies, and look at all of them. So thank you very, very much for the love and for honoring us this way. Just really, you've touched our hearts, and we thank you so much.
with that here tonight. You're at the top of it, and you're being honored for it, and you two are so great, and everybody in this room loves you so much, and we just want to thank you for everything you've done. But you know, we're also honored just to count you as friends in our lives, because you two are the greatest. So I thank you for asking me to get up here and MC this, and I behave myself as good as I can. Is there anybody else that would like to get up and say? Yes.
I've known Clem longer than anybody in this room. All right, Clem? 64 years. He's the finest gentleman I've ever met. I can't say enough good about him. 64 years I've known him.
In this day and age of transient friendships, that speaks.
I've known Clem since UCC and VHS.
You know how old he is?
Yeah, we all had cards. But I remember when he was in Side Art, and he, interesting comment he told me one time about a sign he painted out here at the place out there on Arrow Highway. And I remember he commented to me, he says, I don't know how many years later, they called him up to repaint that sign.
I don't want to go long. I'm Sean Joyce. I have the great honor of being city manager of this great city from 1993 or so to 1996. Clem and Nina were just terrific to my wife Veronica and me. We would the first short memory I would have would be when I was named city manager. I was 30 years old. It was a long time ago. And I remember Clem was mayor then. He was very brave. We were in closed session. I was eking by as a 30-year-old brash, still brash, 53, but brash wannabe. And I remember Clem calling our one-bedroom apartment to tell me that I got my first city manager job. And it was a tough call. It was a very, very difficult time. I know Joan would remember those times. A very difficult time. And Clem called me, and he was about to tell me whether or not I'd gotten the city manager job. And I interrupted him for the only time I ever interrupted Clem Bartolai. To say, before you tell me if I got the job, thank you for being a great person. Thank you for being a good guy in closed session. And council was tough. They were tough. They were tough as they should be to make sure that they had the best candidate. Clem called fair and he called foul. It's a great guy that he was. And he said, we brought this guy on board to help us with customer service. We brought this guy on board to make changes. Don't criticize him for making the changes that we asked him and demanded that he make. I interrupted Clem and said, before you tell me if I got the job or not, thank you. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being a great guy. We went on a couple of conferences over the years. It was always funny because my wife and I would go about, and people would always wonder, was Veronica Nina's daughter? Looking like, my wife's got about a third of the vivaciousness of the personality that Nina carries with her every day. They're quality people. We're here today for the first time back in almost 20 years, just because of Clem and Nina. They're great people, terrific people, and personify all that you know that is special about this great town. It's really special. I get to work in my hometown today. Nothing taught me more about serving people and empathizing with people than my time at SierraMadre. Clem and Nina, for that matter, were very important to us as we would define ourselves as young people and understand that the spirit of volunteerism lives and thrives in this fair city. You should be proud. And I think you taking the time to celebrate Clem and Nina really reflects well on this community. It's no surprise to me. Congratulations, Clem and Nina. You deserve the credit you get and the accolades you received tonight. Congratulations.
I'd like to follow up with that, and I have to well, as Sean said, that personifies our village and the way we feel about this village, that we want to keep in this village, and that we want to be able to continue doing what they have done, Sean has done. I mean, Clem is just, as I said, he has always been honest, true, forthright. Even if you didn't agree with him, he stuck with the integrity. And that man has so much integrity. Nina, you too.
Here, here.
Except Nina with a little picky thing that you have been share, which I won't go there. But anyway, I just have so respected Clem and his role in our politics in this town, and the way they feel about this town that I think we all share. And I'm just so pleased that they are our Citizens of the Year. Thank you both.
Okay, so when past where I said I'd be good, I gotta tell you one thing, Clem. You've been a thorn in my side for a long time because my wife, she likes to exercise. And I said, I'm not. And she says, well, Clem's he rides a bike 100 miles. Why can't you do it? You cost me a lot of grief around here. One more over.
I have home office, and my husband and I go to our Savior with Clem and Nina, and all the things you're saying about them in Sierra Madre is so true of our church too. Clem's been an elder for years, and I volunteer for everything that we have there. And so they're just a wonderful couple, and we just are so grateful for them as well. And we do.
As a former library trustee, I just want to thank Nina for your service to the Sierra Madre Library, friends of the library. Good old Nina would come every month. I don't know if very many of you know about this, but the Board of Trustee meetings, they're rather dry. They're not super exciting, but they're important. And Nina would come every month to give us the report on from the Friends. And I just want to thank you for your service to the library, the Friends, everything that you've done. And I know that since I was raised on Woodland Drive and you were raised on Woodland Drive, fellow Canyonite, you get it.
When I first moved to Sierra Madre, Clem was on the city council, and then he was mayor. But there's one word we haven't used tonight, but it's always stuck out. What's impressed me, Clem, so much. There were some hard times then with issues in the city, and you were so remarkable as not only being effective, but really being a gentleman as a councilman and a mayor. It was very, very illuminating to me. I'm sure you still are, but it was amazing that you were such an incredible gentleman in that hard role. Thank you very much.
And Nina, I have to say thank you. We serve on the senior commission together, and Joe is in Kiwanis with Clem. And these two people just have been wonderful. Your sense of humor, Nina, through anything and everything is amazing. And we have all enjoyed serving with you on the senior commission. And Clem, we love to see you at all the Kiwana things. And thank you for all your service too. Thank you.
Finishing that, I found one more piece of loot here. You folks are going to have to add onto your house and build a bigger wall because there's even more stuff to hang on. This is down there. There's a lovely plaque from the city in the chamber showing that. So you didn't get that. Thank you. Folks, this has been a wonderful, wonderful evening honoring the most wonderful couple that I can think of. It's just been great. I do have to acknowledge the bottle shop for the booze tonight. And Thank you to everybody that's put this together, all the time and effort. You have an Amanda speech still? What's that? Okay, we have one more now.
The dollar dance.
I just want to,
Volunteering comes at a cost.
on behalf of the Sierra Madre Chamber of Commerce, I want to thank all of you for coming out tonight and supporting Clem and Nina, and as your president, the main purveyor of dessert for you. I appreciate all that you do for once. But I really want to thank you, and I want to thank our board member Carol Canterbury, who co-chaired this event with me, Carol, and Jeanette the day who's on the board, and these two remarkable young ladies in the back, Amanda and